Alright. So I have two audience members. Get the other one in there. Some wave audience members.
Push it down. There you go.
Sorry, trying to hold this up at a weird angle. Okay. Alright, now hello. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen?
Just fine this evening, thank you.
Great. My name is William Spencer, and I will be giving a speech about torture in the United States. Torture will remain an ethical and moral dilemma, and will remain a very controversial subject. The fact of torture is that it has always been used, no matter what ethics and morals go along with it. Few people disagree that a liberal democracy has the right and responsibility to take prisoners and interrogate them during a war or police action. Most would even agree that interrogators should have some flexibility in applying pressure to encourage prisoners to reveal information that could possibly save lives. Among the sometimes approved measures that have prolonged standing, removal of detainees' clothing, sensory deprivation, hooding, grabbing, poking, pushing, sleep manipulation and deprivation, and also waterboarding have been some of the methods and various techniques used for torture. Among the unapproved but practiced measures, slapping, kicking, religious and sexual humiliation, prolonged shackling, exposure to severe heat or cold, food or toilet deprivation, mock or threatened executions, and letting dogs threaten or in some cases bite and severely injure detainees. Every person has the right not to be tortured, as well as his or her side of the story be heard. Every human being has the right to a fair trial based on the accusations that were made against them. In some cases, torture could be necessary and vital to saving lives. Some situations would be a war situation. Torture, I think torture is vital for getting information out of the enemy. I think that any terrorist that gets caught with any act or plans to do harm should be interrogated thoroughly, and if needed, as a last resort, torture may be an option for important information to further save any lives. Although most people being tortured will say or do anything to stop whatever they are doing, even if the information being told is completely untrue. So in a sense, torture could be, a false sense of security for the enemy. Torture should be legalized in every country and state in the United States. That way we could monitor it and have a legal and humane way of monitoring torture instead of torture just being practiced illegally and without any authority being present. Anyone being found guilty or wrongful torture or any illegal torture would then have to face serious charges. So any torture is a very serious matter, no matter what angle you look at it. It can be a very horrible, terrifying experience for the person being tortured, but also can be a way of extracting information out of very dangerous criminals. As long as we have dangerous criminals in this world, I think we will have a use and a need for torture as far as saving lives. And there will be many different points of view that go along with torture. Some say that torture is very humane. Some say that torture is necessary and a vital tool. Everyone has a different opinion on it. Some people say that, in conclusion, torture has been practiced for many years, some reasons for bad and some reasons for good. It will always be practiced, and sometimes unnecessary, sometimes necessary. Here is a picture of a person being tortured right here. I'm ready to pass to my audience.
Oh my.
And here is another picture right here of a common day torture device, more commonly known as the electric chair. Alright, pass to my audience. Again, see, audience looking at the photos. There you go. Alright. Okay, is there any questions in the audience? Anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns?
Yes, I have a question. You mentioned in your speech that there were good forms and bad forms of torture used during the periods of time. What would be some of the good tortures that they
Some good forms of
used?
torture?
Uh-huh.
Some good forms of torture, say if you caught a terrorist or they catch a terrorist that was trying to do harm to the United States, to getting information out of them, torturing them, getting more information out of them to prevent further terrorist attacks or further harm to anybody else. So you could possibly save lives, or in the future, again, torture could save lives. So that could be some of the reasons, or some of the good ways that torture can be good. All right, that is my speech on torture. My name is William Spencer again, and thank you very much.
Thank you.